Pro athletes who get fans kicked out of games need to get off my lawn.
Get out the stadium.
Growing up, I can't remember a single professional ball player having someone removed from a game. But now these quote-unquote superstars are throwing people out like Little League umpires. Kyrie Irving barely played a dozen games for the Dallas Mavericks before running to the referees like Fredo Corleone and having a guy ejected. When asked what vile and heinous, reprehensible, diabolical comment crossed that precious threshold of common decency, Kyrie responded, "He called out my name, so I handled it. I guess the saying has changed since I grew up. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but that fan in the third row is out of here, mister." And this isn't about one guy. It's a problem across the league and all of sports. Russell Westbrook, Draymond Green, the pioneer of this whole movement, LeBron James. This guy cries more than Simple Jack with no TiVo. I don't know what the DraftKings line would be for the number of fans ejected by LeBron in a season, but take the over. And please understand, no one likes obnoxious fans, even when they're rooting for your team. They are insufferable. But the fact remains, they bought a ticket. And they shouldn't be removed by a player. You don't own the franchise too now, Jackie Moon. If their speech crosses a legal line and becomes threatening, then referees and stadium security should step in. Otherwise, ignore them. Whether they're wrong, right, talking about your mama, all they want is a reaction, and you look weak when you give them one. I realize it's unfair to compare these mere mortals to Michael Jordan, but here's how a real superstar silences a heckler, makes 3 shots in a row, then goes to the bench, and maybe throw in a hush sign for good measure. If this modern trend in sports were sincerely about establishing a more honorable code of conduct, like in golf, we could all get behind that. But then those standards would need to apply to the athletes as well. You can't call a courtside Karen the B word, then going to have her tossed. But these incidents have less to do with human dignity and more to do with modern fragility. The 21st century American superstar is incapable of accepting even the slightest criticism, and that is alarming. But today, you are not in your arena. You're in mine, and I don't need security when I tell you to get off my lawn.
Nicely done.
Yes, David.
It's so true. Like what?
The Simple Jack reference is hilarious.
Yeah, it was good.
Like the Simple Jack with no teeth?
Rain.
The players today aren't smart. They've been coddled so much. They think it's all about them. I think they think that they're the ones that pay the money to pay the organization to make the league rich. No. You know who pays your salary, bud? All those people sitting in there. They're more important than you are when it comes down to it. But they don't understand that because they don't understand how business works.
And they want to be you. They want to be you.
They
want to
be. They want to be you. But we now, and I think Jordan's a great example. We've seen it over time. I mean, Reggie Miller and Spike Lee. You want to show? Oh, they throw Spike out now for that. We are the current superstar athlete is so soft. Like you said, and the slightest criticism. Kyrie, good Lord, dude. I'm starting to dip. I already don't like the guy. I'm almost to the point where, I mean, at what point does this man turn into Antonio Brown? Like, it's getting to that level. But if you're not man enough, I mean, we get talked trash to playing at the Rec by people. But you're out here throwing out fans. Worry about the game. If somebody threatens somebody or something crazy, security will handle that, and I'm sure the fans around will point out who that person is. But getting fans kicked out of the game because they're talking trash, this is basketball, man. It's just, it's soft.
Do you remember ever seeing this growing up?
Never.
You remember ever seeing this? Now, sometimes MLB outfielders, if a fan, was involved in the play with a close home run ball, there was maybe a little bit of contention, but I cannot remember one athlete going over to a referee and pointing and saying, that guy right there, throw him out.
He said
and then, no questions asked. They just go get him and throw him out.
Look, it's somebody threw a drink at Ron Artest, okay? Like that, and Ron Artest, obviously, they didn't handle it well. But if somebody's throwing something, or somebody touches somebody or grabs somebody, that's totally different. That's totally different. But what fans are getting thrown out for nowadays is being fans.
Well, I just think it's the egos on these guys, and I really think they're so used to just being told yes all the time. Right? It's getting to the point now where anything they say, anything they do, yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah, sure, no problem. Basketball is at its best when fans are getting after players, right? That's what makes watching the Boston Celtics fans so fun to watch. because they will rip you up and down the court, and then you have the response. And see, this is what can make a guy just transcend into someone else. That's what you brought up, Michael Jordan, to shutting down fans. And I think college basketball is still like college student sections tear guys apart. on the reg.
Apart.
It doesn't matter what league you're in, D1, D2. Go to a high school game, you're getting tore by a high school student section. The NBA is solved. They're prima donnas. You hit every note on it. I thought it was perfectly said. And I think most of them are just narcissistic. They're so used to getting told yes all the time.
I heard stuff in high school state championship coming down the tunnel. I heard things, not only could I not say on this show, I would barely tell you guys in private.
No, it's bad.
And I loved it. I love playing on the road more than at home.
You know what? When I heard it, I immediately thought, man, not that I made it, but man, we're about to go play in a championship.
Yes.
That's how much that school's fans hate me.
I loved it. I loved every second of it. Like, I want to be under their skin. I want them to be pissed.
Yes.
Oh, man.
I would rather make you quiet than make you excited. Hey, YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Follow us every time we drop content by turning that notification bell on and hit that like button. We really appreciate it.